Well, let's get into it, huh? Now that I got a moment, Bruce or Brandon, whatever you want to go by, even though it's Bruce Lee Monroe on Facebook, we know that's not your real name in real life, though. So let's get into it. Now, because apparently something has you very triggered, you didn't like what I had to say. You're not even a friend of mine. Never confirmed your friend request, even though now you took it off. But you still have a lot to say on my shit. Says just like the day Dakota will find out when he's just minding his own business and a racist black kid him because he simply doesn't like the look of him, and everyone will come in support of the person who your son because your son has a history of being a violent delinquent and nobody would believe that he didn't start it. And from everything I've heard and seen about Dakota and his behavior, nobody would believe that he was the innocent one. Everyone would believe that he got what he deserved. Bro, you have never met my son. The only time you have met your son was whenever your friend that or relative that looks like a whole uncircumcised penis, excessively red, looked like he might have been infected at one point. Whatever roly poly ass bitch that came along with him, and whatever wrong side of the road people you had with you decide to jump me and my minor child you're talking about. Now, will I sit here and say that my child is perfect? Absolutely not, because I know he's not. I know he's not perfect. He's a teenager. But as far as being a violent, delinquent child that you're trying to say my child is, you're pretty fucking hilarious there. As far as straightforward, protective of his family, will probably beat your ass, absolutely. Okay? So let's move on. Now, the fact you didn't like that I brought in my niece because you and your baby mama, which I'm sorry, that's not your child, sweetheart. It's looking a lot like the PDF file that you and your baby mama had around that little boy. But again, I know my kid is not perfect. You were absolutely part of the reason why my niece Avani Renee Christopherson is now adopted out. You and his mother, and my mom, and my brother. You're absolutely right. Both, all of them, including you, are a piece of shit. I don't ever inbox me about trying to find some pussy again either. And yeah, you did send that to me because you absolutely did send it to me. I also have the proof you deleted the message. I may not have the message, but you absolutely deleted it. So it says, I didn't delete shit. You're the only mother on earth who's just as bad as Dax is. Maybe you should learn how to not smoke Mary Jane in the car around your kids. But you're a funny little bitch. Laugh out loud. The thing is yeah, I smoke Mary Jane. That's your point. That's legal, sweetheart. Meth isn't. You, you, my brother and Dax were heavily on it, but nice try. Um, Hit that glass stick a little harder there, buddy. Nice try. Um, but the fact that I smoke in my car, but not around my kids, nice try. And I know I'm a funny bitch. You're a funny bitch too. Again, no problem telling you that to your face. Just like when you flipped off my son, my guy, I don't involve little kids like that. Sorry. That you're the one who does that. You're the one involving my kid, which is also a minor. I suppose you didn't do that either, even though I caught you on camera. You're definitely a pathetic, sad excuse for a human being. Byron is better off without you, and so is your mother. Um, okay, if you say so, is that why she's not working where she was at? She wasn't like that all, both of the quality dairy stores, that she worked at and my brother worked at. Yeah, what's your point? Beatrice K. Churchill and Byron George fucking Christopherson are all trash. What's your point? Trust me, a lot of my family knows that too. You're not really surprising anybody. But like I said, say it to my face. Bet you won't, because you'll have to have a gang of people to come to my house first to say some shit. You won't come by yourself. You'll have a bunch of people like you did last time when I had to go up to the actual management of where we live at. And you see where that got you. You thought you were actually going to get me to drive down a whole nother road, my dude. You're hilarious. Now, you also do this. And this, you're disgusting and perverted. I'm not sure where you're talking about when it comes to this. Um, so when you're talking about, wow, so you bring this up about kids and what I'm raising, and yet you and Dax had a whole PDF file. And by the way, that child that you're holding in your arms, you know, the one that I'm covering up that I have enough respect to, starting to look a lot like this man. You know, the one that Dax left you for, which is in PDF file, that you and Dax both also brought into your home together to do, you know, so that he can bend you over and your point. Oh, and yeah, there's your deleted comment, by the way, that you did delete, that you know, claim you didn't. So, back to this that you're talking about, my child. So you try to sit there and say this stuff about my child. Yeah, you allowed a PDF file to change your son's diaper. There's a big difference about talking about a wet diaper than allowing a PDF file like what we had seen there change your son's diaper, which is actually his. But on to bigger, better things. So, don't worry, we will see you. I'll see you soon. I mean, you're the one voluntarily that, you know, gave me that information there, right? No, right there in Mason, right? Mason, Michigan, 331 North College Road, Mason, Michigan. I guess, you know, since you voluntarily just put the information out there in my inbox, go ahead and voluntarily put that out there. But go ahead. As I said, just make sure I'm home when you do, okay? Because you come here when I'm not home and it's just my child. We can have our friendly conversation. Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to try and put my kid out there like my kid was doing something because you're mad about a fucking post. So again, I'm never hiding. But love your face. Bye.